cliffside. My pronouns are they, them. And this is cliffside permaculture. What are you doing up there, Crazy? It is definitely iris season getting started here. We have some bold bunnies. There's a pair of bunnies that don't mind being within like a foot of me. I don't like rabbits. They eat everything. At least they don't dig like some of the creatures do, but they really eat everything. These are going to be Siberian Iris. These just opened up today. It's the same purple. There are yellows in the back. But I don't think they're open yet. We can go look. The columbines are really exploding now. Huh, bunny? Crazy pants. You can see, oh, and also the sage. The sage is in bloom. This is just officinalis. But look at how many blooms there are on the columbine at this point. That's what that flower was, if you didn't know. Yes, rabbit. And here as well. It's a lot. The globe allium are also all over the place. Right here, I'm thinking about putting bigger, taller, these three bigger, taller pots I have in these somewhat open spaces, because I think they'd be good for starting cuttings in. This is a very water retaining section of the yard. And that, look at this white one. I don't even know where this white one came from. Let me show you. It's like pure white. A little bit of yellow on the center there. And then I think this one's going to be a match to the purple there. I've got a couple more varieties happening. That's German thyme, I think. I think German thyme. It's definitely thyme. I think it's German. I went through and watered because it's been dry all weekend. It's going to be dry for another few days at least. I did go through and harvest. I got 8.5 pounds of rhubarb, and I forgot about this rhubarb plant. So, whew, you know, that's a lot. That's why this is so much thinner. For the sake of these vine thingies, kind of thinking I might transplant this one, but we all know how difficult it is to transplant rhubarb, so then again, maybe not. Oh, I definitely don't want an oak here. Yeep. Gonna have to, oh, okay, there we go. Good enough. Didn't get the corn, but got plants growing up in there. Keep having to water those more than the rest, I think, and that's mainly because I set the soil down into the wood chips, but not all the way down to the soil, so they're not really connected. I'm watching a lot of berries very closely. Those are my alpine strawberries, so you can see they're pretty happy. And my thornless blackberry is in a fence because I have seen what happens with thornless blackberries, thornless brambles and bunnies, which clearly we have tons of. And I want to protect them. So, look how good the apples are doing. That's pretty nice. They won't be ripe until at least September, though. It's currently May. These cuttings you see are starting to dry out, and this is a problem that I have with cuttings, is that we do have prolonged dry spells, and often the rooting doesn't happen fast enough for them to last through the summer. So I need to figure out a system that's gonna work. These raspberries are probably gonna start producing soon. Definitely leaving this mess and probably increasing it, because I watched the rabbits hop down before they get to the raspberry section. So I likely will actually get berries, because it's not comfortable for them to be up here eating them. And then I've also really been spying those. I want the berries, huh? My overflow trench for the future tense pond is going well. Getting really close to starting to dig. I need to contact somebody who I know likes the native violets in large quantities, and I need to do that communication point, you know. Yeah, so there's a lot of good food happening. I can pretty well confirm that my sweet cherry and my plum, when that snow came through, even though they had already done fruit set, it must have froze off, because nothing, you know, nothing. It happens, I guess. Food-wise, it's mostly been asparagus, mushrooms, the hollyhock leaves. Yes, those are edible. Make sure it's hollyhock. I don't know, we all know what hollyhock is. If it's hollyhock, it's edible. The little seed pods are too. It's actually in the mallow family, which is related to okra. My actual surviving giant asparagus is finally, I let the first one go up because it's been struggling these last few years, and I want to make sure it gets to photosynthesize enough to survive. But I can start to harvest again. The giant one seems to come up later than, I think this might have been a seed off of in it. Oh, see this? Look at that. Guess what that is? Asparagus beetle. Let me kill it. One of them already flew away. But, that's the trouble here, is I am recurrently, and it's hard to get them. You have to get underneath them and let them drop into your hand. Like, once they feel threatened, they'll fall, and then you can end up with a whole handful. And I think I'm actually just going to throw them in my murky water. I think I just need to dump this. Obviously, what I had planned for the pond didn't survive. It's just algae. I'll have to go back up. That was going to be, yeah, those are the asparagus beetles. I have an older video of how to keep after asparagus beetles well enough without applying a pesticide. Even though my pesticide is herbal, I still don't want to do a broad spectrum out here unless I absolutely have to. I do think this smaller stalked one, because originally they were all this big, I think this one is a seed asparagus. I think that the install guy standing here killed the third one. Could be wrong though, I might see it right here. Hey, look at that. Okay, good. Alright, so it's not dead. So that one's like a medium, this one's a small, and that one's a massive. And I do think this one's a seed from one of the original 5, because a well cared for asparagus can live 30 years. Female asparagus will not, and at least half of the original asparagus were female. This could be an original one, but I don't think it is. That one is, and that one is. But this one's actually being aggressive, so I'm happy with it. I did just learn also that tomatoes release some compound that chases away the asparagus beetles. So, I'm gonna start planting my tomatoes up in here. Trouble is, usually if I don't have a fence around my tomatoes, the tomatoes themselves get eaten before I get to eat them. So I might have to put some sort of enclosure around here as well. I think I may have put this plum in too wet of a disposition. And then again, it wasn't doing well last year either, so maybe it's just still lingering from that. I still want to try my grafts on here. I did get to do some guerrilla grafting with a friend, which was very, very nice. These should bloom soon. This will be Kiwiberry. Hopefully it doesn't get frosted. I don't think they bloomed already. They kind of look like they might have. So yeah, there's more food coming along. I should probably be able to get my first gooseberries. There's only a few, and that's Pixwell. There's only a few because it's second year wood, and the thing was like this tall. So yeah, second year wood is what produces fruit on Rhubarb family, unless specially indicated otherwise. Still no sign of anything from, except something dug. That's annoying. The rabbits are starting to figure out how to hop over the fence too, so that's not helping. Still no signs of life from the Myoga ginger. There it is. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Is that a shoot coming off of the actual Myoga ginger? That would be awesome. They must come up really late if so. I'm not going to get excited this time though, because I've been wrong so many times. So I've also been eating a lot of onions. Mushrooms, asparagus, spiderwort greens, which is a native. And I think that's Tradescantia. Could be wrong. I'll put it in a description somewhere. And yeah, that's been the primary of my veg lately. Hey, yo, Bumble. Look at that rusty patch bumblebee, our native friend. So thank you so much for visiting the cliffside. I just wanted to give you a quick update of the pretty things. Oh, we forgot to look and see if the yellow ones bloomed. Oh, I'm tripping on my pant leg. Oh, let's go see. I think I would have pointed it out if they had. And now my Black Lives Matter sign is like in here. There's some spikes with yellow at the top there. And those poppies are just going off like a riot at this point. So yeah, got quite a few colors at this point of the irises. Very happy about that. So let's go look over the cliff. Pearly butts outside, aren't you, Phantom? Good bird. I gotta do a lot of cleaning. Like, you have no idea. You ain't seen the inside, and there's a reason for that. Oh, we have Orioles, too. I've been noticing that there's like a whole family of Oriole birds. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's, what is it? O-R-I-O-L? Orioles? Like the Baltimore team's name. They're little orange birds. I've seen like maybe 2 up here in the last 5 years total, but now there's like 5 or 6 and they keep swooping around me when I sit up here. So nice. And then of course we got the gorgeous river. Oh, I gotta get down there on that river. I'm excited about it. Things are good. Things are definitely good. Maybe a little bit more watering. Maybe checking around for weeds a bit more, but other than moving dirt, there's not a whole ton that still needs done. Moving a lot of dirt, harvesting enough to eat, and building infrastructure on the cliffside seems to be about it. That said, I just found out that my thyroid is apparently dipping low. So that kind of explains a lot about how I've been slowing down lately. Hoping that we can figure it out. I know that Synthroid really messes with me too, so I'm not really looking forward to that. But we're gonna do a full panel because it's the THS or whatever it is, that precursor one seems to be indicating, and that kind of explains why I'm exhausted and just all of that. But it's a start. I'm getting back to doctors and stuff. I've only had low thyroid for like a medication side effect ever, so I don't know why I would naturally have low thyroid. That's annoying. If you have tips for dealing with it or helping to bring it back up, I would appreciate those, because I don't really know. I did see that mold can do that though, so that's concerning. You know, I've been dealing with the basement. I don't know, so I gotta keep dealing with that. I gotta get a proper check and stuff like that, yeah. So, hopefully it's all easily managed, or, you know, that kind of thing. So I just thought you'd enjoy a tour. It's a minor life update, I guess. And it's beautiful. I'm sweating. It's over 80. It's pretty warm. That's Fahrenheit, obviously. If it was 80 Celsius, we'd all be dead. And yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. If I'm doing an actual specific project, I'll try and bring you along. Still trying to get a latch on the aviary, and it definitely needs a roof. We did have something. I'm so confused. I'm so confused, because I left 2 birds in the aviary all day with no door on it, and then in the evening, 20 minutes, I walked away with a door on it, and there was 1 bird when I came back out, and that hasn't rectified itself. So clearly it needs to be like fully locked down. I need to get the rest of the wire stuff going before I can start to like more consistently house them in there. So yep, this is another long one. Seems to be what I have energy for, is just rambling at you. So I hope you don't mind, and I really appreciate your visit. We're actually coming up. We're gonna probably be looking at 400 subscribers soon, and I love you all for that. Thank you. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you along. If you want to hit like or whatever, or if you don't like it, that's okay too. I love you anyway. So take care, have a great day, and thanks so much for visiting the cliffside. This has been Permaculture. Take care. Bye.